Welcome to yet another interesting HackerRank challenge, and today will be divisible sum pairs. So I will be showing you two methods of solving this problem, two very interesting methods. Method 1, nested loops, runs in order of n squared, and method 2, using a hash table, linear time, order of n. So let's get started right now. Actually, the first one, so let's start with the first one, so method 1. Let me write in blue. So assuming we have, let's see the question first. Given an array of integers and a positive integer k, determine the number of ij pairs where I is less than j and ai plus aj is divisible by k. We are given the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are given k is equal to 5. So we have the array ar is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we want number divisible by k where k is equal to 5, so we can start from 1 plus 2, no, is 4. Is 4 divisible by 5? No. 1 plus 3, 4 is 1 plus 2 is 3. Is 3 divisible by 5? No. 1 plus 3 is 4. Is 4 divisible by 5? No. 1.4, 1 plus 4 is 5. So we have 1 and 4. That's the first one. And we check 1 plus 5, it gives us 6, so it doesn't work. 1 plus 6 does not work. So we check 2.3, we have in this case 2 and 3 works, and so on. So we want to get the count of this number of pairs. So in this case we return 2. Okay, so let's just quickly solve it. In this case, this is the method 1, nested loops. So in case of nested loops, you simply check every pair using brute force. Let's write it and submit, and then we come back to use the other method. I'm going to be using Java, so let me quickly write the Java code for you. So here it says, so I'm going to start the first for loops that says for I, for element in for int I is equal to. Alright, so you can see I've set up the two for loops. So we simply have to check if aij plus, sorry, I'm making a mistake. So we are going to check if ai plus aj is divisible by k, and then we increase our count, because we also need to have a count variable here. In count is equal to 0. We initialize it to 0 first. So I'm going to check here if ar.get, so we use .get when we want to get the element by index. So ar.get I plus ar.get j, if this value, so I'm going to put another bracket here, and is this value mod k is equal to 0, mod k. So if it's equal to 0, simply increase our count by using count plus plus, and I think this is fine. And at the end of the day, we are simply going to return count. Alright, so let me just make this code a little bit readable like this. So let's run this code and see if it works, and then we continue, we try to use the next method I mentioned. So we have an error here. Okay, I think I mixed up the braces, so I think I got it right now. So I'm going to run this code one more time, and you can see that it passed the sample test case. And if I go ahead to submit this code, let's see if it passes all the test cases. And as you can see, it passes all the test cases. Alright, so let's now go to look at the next method of solving this problem. So I'm going to go back to the challenge. So in this case, I'm going to simply come back here, go up, and just reset the code. Yes. Let's now go to look at this second method. So let me erase my whiteboard. So this method is saying, oh sorry, I should leave the whiteboard. Alright, so this method is saying that when you divide a number by k, you have a modulus, and so we need to save the complement of that modulus in a hash table so that when we see another number that complements it, then we can increment our count. So let me just demonstrate it so that you understand what we are saying. So what we are saying is that, for instance, in the first step, you want to say, you take the first number here, I'm going to say something like 1 mod k, or 1 mod 5, 1 mod 5 is going to give us 4, right? So what it means is that if we now have 1, we can, if we now have 1, we can add it to 4 to make it up. So if we have 1 mod 4, 1 mod 5 is equal to 4, and we are going to now save k minus 4 is going to give us 1. So we are going to save 1 in the hash map 1. We've seen it once, all right? We save it and we've seen it once. If we come here, we have 2, and we have 2 mod k like this. 2 mod k, which is 5, is going to give us what? It's going to give us 3, and we calculate k minus 3 is going to give us 2. We're going to check the hash table. Is there 2? No. So we have 2, and we put 1 there, right? So let me just fast forward so that you can see how it plays out. So assuming we get to 4, and we say 4, let's say we say 4 mod 5 is going to give us 1, and we calculate k minus 1 is going to give us 4, right? We calculate k minus 1 is going to give us 4. Sorry, just give me 1 second. So have 4 mod 5 is going to give us 1. So in this case, is so we are going to check for 1 in the hash table. Yes, there is already 1 in the hash table, and we have 4 as well. So since we have 1 in the hash table, which is this one, which complements 4, it means that we are going to increment our count by 1. Yeah, so sometimes it can be a bit confusing. So basically, we are going to check the hash table. Does it contain 4? No, and we are going to add it. We're also going to check the hash table a second time. Does it contain this 1, which is mod? So in this case, we have the modulus and the complement. So the first thing we do is to check the hash table whether it contains the complement, which is this. It contains it, and we're also going to check, does the hash table contain the modulus? If it contains the modulus, which in this case is 1, then we are going to add it. We are going to increment our count. So what I'm going to do now is to write the code, and then it becomes clearer. I'm going to be explaining as I'm writing. So let's again use Java to write it. So in this case, we're also going to have a count. So we have int, let me indent, int count is equal to 0. So we initialize our count. Now we need a hash table, which is this table here, where we are going to be storing integer key, integer value. So I'm going to say map of integer is going to be, so map is equal to new hash map. So here is where we are going to store our modulus and complement. Okay, so let's write the next step. Now we are going to iterate this loop only once. So I'm going to say for elements in AR. So I'm going to iterate this array once. Okay, now what do we do? So let me make space and also enlarge see if I can enlarge the view a little bit so that we understand what is happening. So the first thing we do is that we get the modulus, and get the complement. We get the modulus and get the complement. So I'm going to say int mod is equal to element by k. All right, so these are modulus and our complement as well. Int complement is equal to k minus mod, right? So we got the modulus and we got our complement. Now we're going to check this key, the hash table 2 times. The first time we're going to check if it contains the complement, and the second time we're going to check if it contains the modulus. So I'm going to say if the map.contains key, it contains a complement. If it contains a complement, so if the map contains the complement, that means that we've seen the modulus before, because what we are now seeing is a complement. It means we've seen the modulus before, and we are simply going to increment our count by the number of times we've seen that complement. And we simply say count is equal to count. Of course, you can use a shortcut, but I want to use the long one. Count is equal to count plus. We are now going to get the number of times this complement occur, and it's gotten from the value, because the map is storing the complement and the value of the number of times it occurs, and in this case it's going to a map dot get complement. All right, okay, so we've incremented our count. We are going to check the map a second time to see if it contains the modulus. So I'm going to say if map.contains key, this time we are checking for the modulus. If it's there, then if it's there, then we are going to simply increment it. If it's there, we are simply going to increment it. So I'm going to say map.put. So I'm going to increment this modulus by 1. So map.get modulus, which is the same thing, plus 1. All right. Okay, so I simply increment it by 1. So put a semicolon. Else it's not there. I simply will insert it into the map. I say map.put mod and 1. Okay, so but there's something you need to know. Let's go back to the whiteboard. Let me just explain to you for 1 second. If we come to this place, we have 5 mod 5, which is going to give us 0. If we have k minus 0, is going to give us 5. Of course, we are not going to store 5 here because we are storing complements here, right? We are going to store 0, but we are not going to store 5. 5 will never be in this table, so we are going to store 0 at this point. So that is what you want to bear in mind. Once you find a number that is divisible by k, then you have to store 0 as the complement and not 5. Okay. So what it means here is, in this case, if complement have to check if k minus mod equal to 0, if it's equal to 0, okay, then we will store 0. If k minus mod, let me just get it right, is equal to 0, then we are going to store 0, else we store k minus mod. So that's something small you just need to bear in mind. All right, so at this point, at the end of this loop, we are going to return what? Count. All right. So we are going to return count at the end of this loop. So I took some time to actually get this thing around my head. It's quite a bit tricky, but if you do it a couple of times, I promise you it's going to be really clear. However, let's check if it works, because we've done a lot of talking and writing. Let's now check if it actually works. So let me go down and click on the run and let's see. So it says we have an error, ELE, bad initializer for loop. So let me fix this. So we have to have int here. Hope I'm not missing anything. Yeah, so let me run this code again. Fine, so let's run again. Now it passes the test case, as you can see. And if I go ahead to submit this code, you can be sure that it will also pass all the test cases. So these are the two methods of solving the divisible sum of pairs challenge by HackerRank. The second method I think is hard, but the first one is easy. So if you got the easy one, you'll also get the complete point, because in this case, they are not actually looking at the running time because they rate this challenge as easy. So I'm going to stop here. I'd like to thank you for being there. Please remember to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any update. And we are going to see in the next challenge. Remember, I'm Kindson the Tech Pro, and I'm always there for you.